Alright, welcome back to Josh's Horror Corner, where we have a vinyl unboxing for you. This is a band that I really enjoy. I've enjoyed them for quite some time, and I was very excited because a few months back I went to see Upon a Burning Body in Cleveland, and their drum tech, John, was with them, and he is the drummer of this band, and he didn't tell me anything about what was coming, but he did hint that some new music would be available soon. Not long after that, this EP was announced, and I jumped on the pre-order, and it arrived today. So this is a band from Flint, Michigan. If you know me, you'll know right away that it is King810. So there is the cover art. Always very artistic. They always have like a lot of imagery along with their work, be it in their music videos, their album art, their live show, anything like that. Follow My Tears is the name of the new album. It came with the CD as well. The new EP, not full length. And I'll give you a little bit of history on the band. You may not be familiar. And they're a very interesting act. They formed in 2007 in the Michigan area. I first heard about them through AP Magazine's like top whatever bands to keep an eye on. Fuck AP Magazine. But they were mentioned. And at the time, I was a huge fan of Chiodos. I was working at Hot Topic. Don't fault me for it. But I was a huge fan of Chiodos. And King, at the time, was what they were known as, were called out because they had, the guitarist from Chiodos was a member. And that was Jason Hale, I believe. So that got them kind of pushed out there. It got them on like Epitaph or Equal Visions Records. And got them moving forward. Now, Jason Hale left the band at some point. They did not continue on Epitaph, Equal Visions. I don't know why I keep mixing them up. They did not continue on Equal Visions, but they started, like, they'd been releasing some demos and stuff on MySpace, and they started working towards a release. It would be, I'm just going to cheat a little bit here, their first album, Memoirs of a Murderer, dropped in 2014, but before that, 2012, was Midwest Monsters. Midwest Monsters is a very loved album by their fan base. It's dark, it's brutal, it's, like I said, the imagery with it. It's a very interesting album. And the vocalist wrote it after he had been shot and stabbed and jumped and robbed. He started writing the lyrics for it during that time. So there's a lot of real life shit that went into it. And with all their albums, you can tell that David Gunn takes his time with the lyrics and he writes things that he wants to invoke feelings with. So it's very interesting. He also has like a hip hop kind of project, Yavid, that he releases quite a bit through that as well, but he divides those. Like he has his lane for King810, he has his lane for his solo hip-hop. I highly, highly, highly recommend catching them live. They do a lot of shows overseas, it seems, but the first time I saw them live was the Cleveland Agora. I really wish I would have caught some of their earlier shows, but the Cleveland Agora, they had this 3D sound system set up. They had a small string section. They had a drum line, like some like African hand drums. They had like an actress, I would say, like doing like a stage kind of show. It was really interesting and something that you don't see from this style of music. Their music has evolved a lot. If you started off loving Memoirs of a Murderer, you may have ventured away from them a little bit. This is solid black vinyl here. But every new release they have is something that is slightly different than the previous. And that's kind of what they're going for. They've said that. Like, they've been very open about that. The lineup at this point, per Wikipedia, is John Paul Vega. He's the drummer. You have David Gunn, and you have Eugene Gill, who's the bass player. He is insane to watch live. Eugene Gill is an awesome performer, and you don't hear that a lot about bass players, unfortunately. Normally people ignore the bass player. Don't ignore the bass player if you see King810. Let's see. So yeah, Memoirs of a Murderer came out in 2014 on Roadrunner Records. La Petite Mort, or Conversation with God, followed in 2016, also on Roadrunner. And the last two full lengths, Suicide King in 2019, and then AK Concerto number 47, 11th Movement in G major. That came out in 2020. Both of those were self-released. So they keep busy. They keep dropping new things. Like I said, slightly different. They had the Queen EP that I think threw a lot of people off. But it was good. It was a very interesting release. And I will see if there's anything crazy in here to call out. And then I will end this venture. So it's a 5-track EP. It is available on their website. You can grab the merch that coincides with it. You can grab the CD, the vinyl. I'll put a link for in the description below. If you love this band, leave a comment. If you hate this band, leave a comment and tell me why. Check out their YouTube. They always have a lot of videos and stuff. Not just music videos, but just like what they're doing and tour videos and shit like that. So, thanks for stopping by.